svadhyayam, Ishvara pranidhana. Tapas, svadhyayam, Ishvara pranidhana. And in Kriya Yoga, not the actual practice pattern of Babaji, but when you are studying in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, you see these steps. Sravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. Sravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya has the three components. Sravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. I have said in earlier classes. And then tapas. Then Ishvara pranidhana. These are the foundation of Kriya Yoga. Though we are not discussing all those things. And mostly in Kriya Yoga, they go with practices. And to study your own inner world, you need support. But you can also go without any support by your own observation. But on the way, you may get into some confusion. And when you get into confusion, the only possibility is to ask to someone who knows it. So that is sravana. They say, this needs to be done in this way. It is because of this particular thing, some confusion is happening. So listening to someone who knows this, that means a master. You listen to a master who is already practicing this. So it indicates that you cannot go alone. You can go because the first master might not have a master. And so it is possible, but for the smooth running of your show, certainly it is important to follow a tradition, a master who knows it. And listen completely what he says. And there is a problem that I often come across. Maybe I get a very big inspiration to say something. A spontaneous inspiration. And I should be wise to see whether the listener is in a mood to listen it. Otherwise, there is no point in saying. But as it is a rush which is coming from inside, you say. And then the attention goes away from everybody who is there. And sometimes they go on talking many things, corroborating it, and not listening. And it is actually a big loss. I have been doing this with my masters. Because I had a great pressure actually to communicate. I have the feeling that I know certain things. So when the master starts, I also start. This was like that. And then after some time, he will not stop. He was a particular person that he never stops, he continuously speaks. And then he stops and asked me to say something. And then I start, he takes over and goes. There is no way to complete anything. And then by being with him, I had many other masters also, he was like this. And by being together with him for some time, I understood, why should I speak? I am here to listen. But I have pressure to say. But that is also important. I have to empty myself before I get something. I have a big pressure actually to empty it out. And as I have really charged with so many things, I have to empty. So the pressure is there. But it is very important when you are with someone who knows to develop the quality of listening. And if we don't have that quality, certainly we will not get anything. Then the burden will be on us actually to explore by ourselves. And you will get into authentic understanding, not hearing. But at certain points you also have to understand by listening somebody. So these three principles are there in yoga as Kriya Yoga. But this is not exactly the Kriya Yoga system. But Kriya Yoga was proposed in this way. Sravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. Tapas, svadhyaya, Isvara, pranidhana. And these three things constitute Kriya Yoga, according to Patanjali. Maybe that Kriya Yoga system came after that. But when you hear the Kriya, because this is also Kriya Yoga. Tapas, svadhyaya, Isvara, pranidhanam is Kriya Yoga. And so the Kriya Yoga system proposed by Babaji also has these three things, because he was proposing things and then expecting that others should actually listen when they are in need of some understanding. So this route is there. So tapas is one-pointed attention. And tapas has also another meaning, heating up. Heating. Tapam means heat. Tapas means heating up. So when you are actually confronting with an inner situation, there will happen some heat generated in your body, and then the cause may be some particular thought that you are entertaining, and that particular thought, when you are entertaining, your breath changes accordingly. When the breath changes accordingly, your breath rate changes. If it is a strong thing, certainly the heat in the body increases. So, and when the heat is increasing, you are going to do some little destruction for it. So, what to do at that time is to sacrifice the cause of conflict into the holy fire of conflict. And this program is called Tapas. This is Tapas. When heat is generated in your inner world due to some conflict, that conflict needs to be sacrificed in the fire that is generated out of that conflict. Then you are relieved. The cause of conflict is some idea or some understanding or concept or whatever. And so when it is coming, one has to relinquish it. നമ്മൾ ഇത് പഠിച്ചില്ലേ, നിയമം. In niyamam, these are the tapas, svadhyayam, Isvara, pranidhana. And this is tapas. Sacrificing your conflicting ideas into the fire that is coming in your body and go on observing it. And then after some time, the body's temperature becomes normal. And that happens only when you understand what has been happening in your body. And also listening to the breath. In Kriya Yoga, breath work is occupies a major part in Kriya Yoga. So every alteration that happens in your breath will have a connection with the conflict or the movement of which is there in your mind, or the movement of your mind. So that needs to be watched. So these are fundamentals. A mind to do tapas, and then listening to someone who knows it, and listening everything, then go on analyzing it after fully listening, and then make judgment of your own. And when you have made your judgment, you needed to put it into practice, to test the veracity of it, the truth behind it. These three things together constitute the Kriya Yoga. It was there before the Kriya Yoga was formed. So when you talk about Kriya Yoga, this you cannot ignore. Though it was not specifically said or followed. But I can say we are following because we are listening a master. Master is saying this is the breath work which you have to do. So we hear, listen, analyze, and then we practice it. So these are the basic things when you use the term Kriya Yoga. Then Tapas